Miami has it all, the greatest football team.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. On the Jets sideline, there you see head coach Aaron Glenn. These guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. He's Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. That's Spencer Schrader to get us started. We are underway from South Florida. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback. In motion right, that's Wilson. They'll start on the ground. Hall. He's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 11. And that is incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Jets first down. A gain of 16 yards.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the home? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 51 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Jets.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Juju Brents comes up for the stop. Now 2nd and 9.
At the 13-yard line.
Here's Hall again. Stays on his feet. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Dolphins nothing.
A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback. Off play action, Pickett. And that one to the right side and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Here's Pickett. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3rd and 2.
Number 10. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll drop to throw. And it is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
First down. It's a gain of 3. First down, Jets.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Going right back to Wilson. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. The RPO, he completes it. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Greg Dortch back deep. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, Achane. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
First down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Herbig Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out that you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And 7 yards to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
49-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And a points result, we'll call this play significant.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. Here's the option. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. 2nd down and 3. And the slot man goes in motion left. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll go again with Hall. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Touchdown! Darren Waller, a 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Dolphins 3.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
From the gun, here's Pickett. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Nick Herbig able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Now their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick. And you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So